Hello, everybody. Welcome to Earndales. My name is Dale, and this is my YouTube channel, Earndales. You're very welcome here, and I'm so happy to see you this week. So I hope everybody had a good week since the last time I've recorded. We had a wonderful week this past week. We were very, very busy doing all kinds of different things. I actually didn't get a whole lot of crafting done. Aside from knitting, I did do quite a bit of knitting, but as far as anything up in the studio, nope. So, like my title said, October is my favorite color. And actually, that is so true. And not only is it my favorite color, but it's also my favorite month for quite a few reasons, actually. To begin with, October is my birthday month. So, that makes it special right there. It's also, well, getting back to the birthday, I cannot quite believe that I'm going to be 67 soon. That's kind of shocking in a way, but it's a number. That's all it is, really. I don't believe in getting all worked up about age. It is what it is. October is also our month of gathering. And by that I mean Thanksgiving. We have a Canadian Thanksgiving. And to me, that's more like a gathering celebration. People come together and they have a meal together and they give thanks for all that they have and all that they are. And it's harvest month. Oh my gosh, the activity on the fields around here is amazing. And usually by October, the farmers here are finished, but we had a very late spring because we had so much flooding. And actually, I don't really believe that many farmers thought there was even going to be a harvest this year because it was so late by the time they could get their crops in because of the water. So it is a very thankful October this year. To see them out there harvesting their crops is a wonderful thing. The weather has been beautiful. It's been warm, but not too warm. It's been, in the low 70s Fahrenheit, low 20s Celsius. It fluctuates around. We've had some cooler days, but we've had no rain this week, which has been really nice, and lots of sun. So my husband and I have been busy working out in the yard, trying to get things ready for winter, cutting down hedges and cutting out flowers, cutting down my flowers and pulling out things that I haven't had a chance to do. I didn't spend a lot of time in my gardens this summer because I have been ill. So things really needed to be cleaned up and done. Things that I would have done probably all summer long. I ended up all doing it this week. I still have a little bit more, but I'm pretty, if the snow should fly tomorrow, which I hope it doesn't, I would be okay with that as far as my garden is concerned. And October is also usually the month where we get our first snowfall. It is not uncommon for us to have our first really good snow on Halloween night. I remember many times as a child going out Halloween and having to come back, an hour after we left the house to get our boots on because it was snowing. And by the time we would come in, at the end of the evening, we were up to our knees in snow. And that has happened many times, but not always. Sometimes we are really lucky and we get through to right into maybe close to the end of November before we get our first big snow. But we're always aware that it can come in October. The geese have been flying every morning. It is just so loud. We sleep with our window a little bit open, and the retention pond for our town is south of us, and we hear them in there in the morning, and it's just deafening. So when we've been out working in the yard, it's just been constant music of the geese going overhead. It's been lovely. It really has. And gathering also of the birds. The birds gather. Have you watched them at this time of year? They are gathering. The robins are gathering. They're talking to one another very quietly, and they're all gathering. You see them going from tree to tree, and they're gathering. They're getting their group together to go away. Same with the geese. They gather all together and then they move, you know. So I look at October as the gathering month. So other than all the yard work that we've been doing, oh, we got the windows washed too. That was a major thing. I mean, oh my gosh, you can't have winter come with dirty windows. You have to wash your windows. In October is the month to do it. We also took a day and we went for a little drive, and we went to, about 45 minutes away from here is the area where my parents grew up. And it's two separate towns, really. Well, actually, one of them isn't even a town, but in one of the towns is where the little quilt shop that I like to go to is. And so we went there, and I actually didn't get to record anything. He had other people in there, and he wasn't too happy about me having to record, so I didn't record anything. But I did do some shopping, and I'm going to show you what I've got. And then we went out for a nice little lunch. And we had lunch in this little Plumas Inn, and they have a really nice little restaurant there. So we had a beautiful lunch, and then we decided to stop at the two cemeteries where my family are. So we walked around the cemeteries, and I took some beautiful pictures. I visited with my relatives. And then we came home, and it just was a perfect day. We were gone all day long, and it was just a lovely day. And the drive was just beautiful because we are along a mountain, and the mountain is turning colors, and some of the fields were golden and some were green, and it was just beautiful. So I have some clips to show you of what I bought, and actually I got a little bit of haul to show you as well, which is unusual for me. I don't usually show something like that, but it's something that I talked about in my last video, so I've included in this. And now I really have to get to work. I've got quilts to finish, I've got socks to finish, I have stitching to finish, and a lot of it, the baby stuff has to go like in a week. It has to. One baby's been born, and the other baby is coming this week. So, and I know that because she's having a cesarean section. So I have to get these baby gifts done. This is my first priority this week, will be completing all the baby gifts and getting them in the mail. But I'll make sure to take some pictures before I send them so that you can all see them. So I want you to have a really good week. Take care of yourself. If you live in Florida, we're thinking about you. I hope that the hurricane season quickly is blown away somewhere else. Just stay safe, everyone. And I'll see you again next week. Bye for now. Here I'm trying to get control of an area that I did absolutely nothing with all year long. And I had these volunteer plum trees seed themselves in there, and they have to come out. So I've been slowly working at getting these plum trees out of here. I grow morning glories on this arch and purple pole beans, and so I'm just cutting off the spent flowers from the morning glories because I save the seeds and I use them to plant next year. And I have to take all the vines off of this structure because one year I failed to do that, and we got some really wet snow and it froze hard, and then we got a wind and it just twisted the structure so much. So that's what I'm doing here. thought I would just pan around and show you my yard, half of my yard, I guess. The other half is on the other side of the house, but there's still a few flowers that don't look too bad. The sedums are really pretty right now, and I have a fall daisy that is just starting to want to bloom. That's the last plant that does any blooming in my yard. Yeah, so just spending a little time out here doing a few odd jobs and getting everything ready. There's some Gloriosa daisies that are still looking not too bad. And then over here I've got one lonely little Shasta daisy. I had cut them all back, but this one came up. Look at that sweet little thing. It's not giving up yet. And then over here I've got some rose hips. I'm going to cut them because I know there's things that you can do with them. I might make a wreath, a very small wreath because I don't have that many, but I might do something. Or maybe I'll make some rose hip tea. I'll have to look that up and see how that's done. So this bed is finished. I've done all I'm going to do in there. And it's just nice to be outside, working outside in the yard on a beautiful day like this. Well, I finally got to the little quilt shop and I spent a wad. So I got some batting, nice large hunk of batting. Only cost me $32, so that's good. And then I got another roll there. And fabric. Remember, I have this quilt to finish. So I have the backing already for the quilt, and I needed the batting, which I now have. And I am going to tie it, but it was suggested to me that tying might not be enough, so I'm going to do some large stitch quilting on it, and I am going to bind it. So I needed a piece of 24-inch square material for binding. And remember, or maybe you don't remember, but a couple videos back, I had some of this fabric already, and I decided that I'm going to bind it with the back part of this fabric, not the front. The front is too green, but the back is actually perfect. So this is what I'm going to make my binding out of. And I think that'll go really nice with that quilt. So I have bought some of that. And then I bought other stuff too. So I want to do some Christmas gifts. And I bought a few Christmas fabrics. These are a yard. I believe it's a yard. They were $7 a piece, these things. I think they're either a yard or a meter. I can't remember. And I just bought 3 for now because I know what I want to do with these. But I'm going to go back at the end of October. He has baskets full of end pieces like this. And some are bigger, some are smaller. So I'm going to load up on it. I have some Christmas fabric, but not that much to make. I want to make table runners and placemats and things like that. So I'm going to go back and get some more. But I have something to start with now. And then I got more material for yet another project. So I got this beautiful, beautiful burgundy kind of wine color. And this cream on white or cream on, I don't know. It's actually not as white as it's looking here. It's much creamier. Let's see if I can. It's a nice color. And then this is a creamy color as well. It looks white up against this, but it's not actually white. This is really blowing it out. And then this beautiful print. So with these 4 fabrics, I'm going to make, oh, and I got a pen. With these 4 fabrics, I am going to make something that I found in this book of mine. This is a great book. It's just
a bunch of blocks, and I think I might have shown this to you before. It's got lots of blocks in it, but there was some, oh, here's another piece of that fabric. This is the same fabric as that. This is what I want to make. I want to make this table runner. I think it's really pretty, and it's making a funny, I have to put it, no. Oh, this is challenging with one hand. There, maybe that's better. So, as you can see, I have a few different, mine's a little bit different, and I might, if I find that this color here is too white, even though it's not really white, I have something else that I might replace it with. But yeah, this is what I'm going to make, is this table runner. It's a nice block, it's a piece block, and I've been practicing my piece blocks. I didn't show you this before, but I put together this table runner. I bought this fabric at Walmart. It's so thin you can spit through it, but I was just practicing making a block. That's all I was doing. I didn't want to have expensive material in case I mussed it up, because as I explained before, I haven't done very much piecework. So I got the cheapest fabric I could find, and this is the maple leaf pattern that's in that book, and I just made 4 different blocks in that pattern, put them together, and I'm going to just make a table runner for my island in the kitchen. So I have been practicing some of the projects in this book, and there's so many. There's so many beautiful, 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 beautiful things. Flying Dutchman. I'd like to just eventually, this one I've already done. This is that flower pot one I've done in the quilt that I made for my living room. So yeah, this is a lovely book. It's got all kinds of nice patterns, but I'm just sort of working one at a time. I like this one too, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself. So this is going to be a table runner for me and for my dining room, this one here. I'm thinking I might swap this one out. It's just looking a little bit too bright. I like these 3, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's the fabric that I bought and the batting. So I can now finish the baby quilt, and I've just about finished the bunny. And then I also got a box in the mail. Remember, I ordered the self-adhesing felt. Well, I got it, so let's open it up and see. Sorry about the crunch. I'll try not to crunch anymore. Just cut this open here. Eight by 12 inch thickness, 1 millimeter, pack of 40 colors, 1 piece each color, self-adhesive felt fabric sheets. All the colors. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, there's lots of colors in here. I can do something with all of this. Is that the same as this? Nope, it's not. Green, purple, pink. Ooh, lime green. Look at that. yellow, dark green. I'm sure there's got to be duplicates, but maybe, oh, look at that orange. Wowie. So I'm going to use this for the back of the little car or truck ornament, the paper, perforated paper one that I did. And obviously I've got a lot here to use for other ornaments and other projects, so that's great. I'm very happy with this. Because ornaments are small, you know, I'm not going to use a whole lot. So 40 sheets, only one black, that's okay. I can get black anywhere. But I'm quite happy with that. That was $26 from Amazon. And I also ordered more of these floss things. I'm out completely and desperately in need of winding. I really have to spend some time and clean up my floss containers because they're a stinking mess. So yeah, look at that. I had a fun day today.